What's up, y'all? I'm out here at the range again on another cold, cloudy day, and this time I'm gonna have a little fun with this 70-year-old Mossberg 20 gauge. Looks like he can still get the job done. Let's load us up a few more shells. All right, let me tell you right quick what we're working with here, and then we'll load some more shells up. So obviously, again, what we got here is the Mossberg model 185D bolt action 20 gauge. Now, most of y'all probably know if you watch one of my ammo hunting videos that I came across this thing at the pawn shop, totally wasn't looking for it. It was just in there roaming around trying to see what kind of neat stuff they had in there. And I didn't know anything about it when I first saw it, so I actually didn't buy it immediately. I went home and checked out, done a little research on it, and went back up there and figured I might as well grab it for what it was, and the price we came to, I mean, I couldn't turn it down. I got this thing for a really good deal. Now, not that it's worth a whole lot of money. These things are only, the value on them is maybe like 150 bucks in this condition right here, so nothing really valuable. But y'all know me, the value and cost and all really don't mean much to me. I just like stuff that I think's cool looking, and I just really thought this thing was cool. Now, it's definitely an oldie. These 185 models were made between 47 and 64, and the 185D specifically was between 47 and 50. So this one right here is between the years 1947 and 1950, based on the fact that it's a 185D only and no other variant. Now, of course, since it is that old, there's no serial number on it. You know, they weren't required until 68. So all you got here is the OF Mossberg and Sons Incorporated, New Haven, Connecticut, 185D 20 gauge, 2 3/4 inch. So no 3-inch in this, so you can run 2 3/4 and 2.5 in it. Now, obviously, it is a bolt action. From what I understand, it's based on the Mauser action, so it's got a pretty nice smooth action to it. It's kind of stiff once you get to the end to get that final close, but pretty smooth action, especially to be what it is. You got your safety lever back here. Now, that was one thing that was missing on this right here with these little green and red plugs that's got S and F on it. There were just holes there, but after looking at it and doing the research, I knew these were supposed to be there, so I found these on Numeric actually and put those in there. Now, the capacity on this thing is definitely lacking. You've got a removable mag that holds 2 shells, and then you can put 1 in the chamber, so you got a 3-round capacity on this thing. Now, this thing's got a 25-inch barrel. It's got a little bead up front, and it's got external replaceable chokes. Now, it only came with one of them. Originally, they come with the improved cylinder, a modified and a full. This one came with the improved cylinder, so I guess it was only going to come with one. This was probably the best one for it to come with. I've looked these things up on eBay and a few other places. I can get the other two, but to get the other 2 chokes is basically going to cost me the entire cost of what I paid for the thing, so I don't know if I will or not. As far as the condition on this thing, I think it's in really good condition. The blue one, I would say, is probably 95 plus there. You got a couple little spots where you got some wear, a couple little tiny surface rust areas, but I've already taken it all apart, cleaned and oiled it up good, and they actually consider this a takedown. This one screw right here, you remove the mag, and this one screw, your entire action and trigger and barrel and everything comes right out of stock, and then you're just left with the stock and the trigger guard. No kind of cracking. Now, it's got some bumps and scrapes and bruises on it, but I kind of like it like that. I probably won't do anything with it. The only place I might do something with is it looks like they originally had the sling swivel stud here, and for some reason maybe it pulled out or whatever and they moved it. I might fill that with a little something just so it doesn't have that hole there. It already had this little cheap leather sling on it, so I figured I might as well just leave it there. Now, all I'm gonna do out here today is check it for function, make sure it runs well. So far, that first round fired through it looks like it run absolutely fine. I've got some 7.5 Winchesters here. I've got some number 8 Federals. That's what I just used there, is this number 8 Federals. I got some slugs here, some 20 gauge slugs, 2 3/4 ounce slugs, and I got some number 3 buck. And then I've also got these Firebird targets. Y'all know I've used these before. This isn't what I normally use, but I have used these in the past. If y'all remember, Jamie sent me some of these over to try. It was the Firebird 50s, but they actually contacted me and wanted to send me some of these to try out and use again. So I said, heck yeah, send them on. These are their 65, so these are actually a bigger size, and that was what that first boom was. So we'll use some of these. We'll talk more about these when we get to them though. All right, y'all, I got us a few more rounds of these number 8 Federals. I want to see what kind of pattern we might can get out of this thing. I'm going to put one right here on the 10-yard, one on that 15-yard orange circle, and then I'm going to go out there to the yellow 25 and see how far it opens up out there. See where I'm hitting to. I think based on that first one, it was a little bit high and right, but let's see what we get. All right. Looked like I was a little bit right, but I think the elevation's good on it. Let's try that round down there. All right, covered that one pretty good. Let's see what happens at 25. All right, definitely hit that one too. Let's go down there and see what the spread looks like. All right, here's our 10-yarder. As you can see, it is hitting a little to the right, I believe. You can tell, and there's where the wad hit down there. So if we do a little quick measurement here, that's about 11, and I would say it probably, just judging by this, went out a couple more inches. So I'd say it's probably about a foot across, and that's almost exactly a foot. So pretty much about a foot diameter spread out here at 10 yards. And then here's our 15-yard circle. This circle is 10 inches diameter, so it covered that 10 inches pretty good. You got quite a few hits on that 10-inch circle at 15 yards. And then here's our 25-yarder, and just for reference, that's 12 inches across, and from the top to bottom is 20 inches. So that just shows you got quite a few pellets on it at 25 yards. And like I say, I'm pretty sure it's favoring right, so you probably had quite a few more if I would have held to the left. All right, y'all, I got us a few slugs loaded up now. These Federal Power Shock 2 3/4 inch, 3/4 ounce slugs. So I'm gonna put a couple of them right there at that 25 first. I got a couple little stickies on there just to see where it's hitting at, and then I'll move out to the 50 depending on where these hit, so I can figure out where my hold is. So let's see what happens down there. I can barely see that fuzzy thing, but we should be all right. I tell you, I think that thing hit right at point of aim, y'all. Let's see that again. Yeah, a little bit to the right on that one, but I'm feeling pretty good about that. Elevation is perfect as far as where I'm holding, so I've only got one left, I think. Yeah, so let me put another one in there, and then we'll go to that 50. So I'm very happy with that for sure. Like I say, I was giving it pretty much a 6 o'clock hold, right, just my target right on top of that little tiny little bead. But I guess that's really going to depend on where you hold, how much of the bead you let stick up too. But you just got to figure it out for yourself really when it comes to a bead like that. All right, I think I got us adjusted pretty good. Let's see what happens. Boy, I got a paint mark down there, but it sure is fuzzy. All right, I think I'm a little low and right. I don't have my binoculars, but I'm just gonna send this one. All right, so I ain't complaining about that for sure. I'm gonna go take a quick look at it, and then I'm gonna load us back up. All right, y'all, for a 70-year-old shotgun, that ain't too bad out there at 50 yards. I could probably go on out to 75 and 100, but I'm gonna save that for a different day. But I got us moved back up a little closer now. I got a bottle right here at the 10 yards. We're gonna pop open, and then I got one of these Firebirds boom set out there at 25 yards. I'm gonna use these slugs again because I don't know with the spread of that shot out there at 25 yards. If I only hit that with one pellet, would it ignite? Or if I don't hit it at all, I'm not sure if it would. So we're gonna try this slug. These Firebirds, again, like I say, y'all have seen me use these before. The big benefit of these over what I usually use, this is what I usually use. A lot of people always ask me what I'm using. This is what I usually use when I'm talking about my booms right here, this sonic boom stuff. The big difference is this has to be mixed. It's like a 2-part mixture. So these are already mixed, and you can't do that and then transport it. You have to do it on site and use it on site. Whereas these Firebirds, this is how they come already pre-put together in this little round, little biodegradable package. Now, like I said, that's a huge plus as far as you can just carry these and be ready and stick them up. But anyway, I've talked about this before in another video, but since they sent these out to me, I did want to mention it again. No affiliate or anything. I don't get any kind of kickback, no discounts or nothing. So if y'all are interested in checking these out, though, you can check them out on their website. Just make sure the laws in your state, make sure they are legal. Here, they're completely legal, but some places they aren't. But after all that talking, let's see if we can actually hit the thing. So I'm gonna hit that bottle first up close here, and then we'll get that 25-yard boom there. Like I say, these are those same Federal Power Shock slugs. See what this bottle looks like. It put a wallop on that bottle for sure, buddy. I mean, it obliterated that thing. Let's see if we can get this Firebird, y'all. I gotta be pretty much on that thing. So we got it, as you can see, but I don't think I had a really good clean hit, but it's good to know that those things will still go off if you don't directly hit them. Here's a quick look at that Firebird target, and as you can see, I nicked it on the side there, and that was totally my fault. I hit over to the left, which I was actually aiming to the left because that shot kind of patterned to the right, but evidently these slugs are right on as far as windage, but you can see what happens. You see how it kind of reacted, but luckily I had a big enough hit on it where it still set it off. All right, y'all, I got 3 more of those Firebirds set out there. I got one back here at the 10-yard in the middle, and then I got one on each of those 15-yard rounds. Now, I'm probably pressing my luck with those 15-yard rounds because I'm going to try it with this shot here, this 7.5 shot. I'm not sure how many pellets are going to need to hit that stuff. Maybe just one and we'll get lucky, but we're about to find out. I've already got one in the chamber, so let's see if we can make these things go off, y'all. All right, so far so good on that one. I was wondering about this. This is that little low brass universal stuff. You see how it wanted to kind of get a log jam right there. I don't know if that's because it's this stuff. It didn't have no problem with the Federal. Let's try this other one here. All right, so we're definitely hitting enough of them to get them to go off. We didn't have a jam with that universal either, so let's get this last one done, y'all. All right, good stuff right there. All right, y'all, I think we'll end this one off with a little spicy melon. "70 years old and still packing a punch." All right, y'all, I'm gonna call it right there for this old Mossberg 185D. This thing was definitely a lot of fun, ran absolutely perfect out here. For 70 years old, this thing is very, very impressive. The accuracy with the slugs out there at 50 yards is pretty much right on. Like I say, for 70 years old, this thing was worth every single penny. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this old scatter gun. Do any of y'all out there have these? I know a couple of few of y'all do because you mentioned it in the comments when y'all were guessing about what I did pick up. A couple of y'all was right on. If you did enjoy this video, take a second if you would and hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you click that bell notification icon so hopefully you can get notified when I upload new stuff. Take a second if you would and check out my affiliate links in the video description. If you shop through Amazon, hit up that storefront link first. You go straight through Amazon like normal from there, and anything you buy after that, I get a kickback from them towards the channel. If you're in the market for some really nice ear pro, check those links out. These things are a lifesaver out here trying to keep your ears warm. You don't have to worry about anything getting in the way. I've got them in right now with this hat on, with my ears covered up. They're an absolute lifesaver for stuff like that. So check those links out if you're in the market, and you can save a pile of money instead of going straight through their site. Like I always tell you, I appreciate all my Range Gang members and every single one of y'all for supporting the channel. I got a ton of good stuff coming y'all's way, so be on the lookout. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.